Good morning, team. It's truly exciting to be back in the charts and to be back with you guys once again and to be breaking down the charts and sharing you guys my point of views. I'm hoping that you guys are actually benefiting from the knowledge which I am sharing with you guys, given that when I first started up, most of the knowledge that I would get, as I always mention, is the same knowledge that most of the other traders have, which is most of the knowledge that is available on the internet right now. Therefore, it's no longer that relevant given that if we all get access to the same knowledge, we end up executing trades at the same point and price, and therefore we end up getting wrecked, given that this is a business, and as I always say, there's someone else on the other side of the screen. So it's important to take that in mind and to know that if we want to be profitable, we must trade in line with the market makers and we must trade in a way that is different from most of the other retail traders and execute trades at price points which are different. So this is why I highly speak of the way we approach the markets and the way we pick our trades as well, which is something that's different from most of the strategies that are being used out there, given that this method is not too famous. And shout out to Steve Marov, of course. So first of all, obviously, let's check out the news. So 10 a.m. we have USD news, which is Jolt's job openings, which is something that we should be looking at. And it's important to always take in mind that the time here, it's Eastern time, New York time. So we use New York time mainly. I choose to use New York time. I even added a clock, even though I'm based in Dubai, I added a clock to my phone and my devices um because when the daylight savings times change, I don't have to also want to adjust and whatever, and wonder if my time is still good because I'll just continue to use the New York time. So yeah, this is about it. And share with you guys a couple of things. So as you can see, I just opened the charts and we are going to be doing this whole breakdown together. We're going to be doing this whole breakdown together and everything else as well, so that you can actually see how we are going to approach the market from scratch. So let us add a couple more pairs because I like to look at the Euro USD as well. Got a couple symbols, Euro USD, and I also like to look at the GBP USD as well. Let's see. This is CAD JPY, GBP USD. Now let us look at Euro USD. Yeah. Yeah, we got Euro USD, GBP JPY. So what is our next step? So our next step right now is we will be going to break down this. So our next step right now is that we will be going to break down the solve setups and find out which pairs that are going to be giving us high paying setups throughout the week. Do you have AUD and ZD? Okay. Okay. So first of all, let us start from here, which is NZD CAD. Let me see if we had analyzed NZD CAD templates. Yes, we can see here NZD CAD. So we got level 1, level 2, level 3. Price came here, trapped a lot of traders around this level up here, and price continued to the downside over here. So what we want to see on this specific pair right here, let me just box this whole area in. What I'd like to see on this specific pair right here is for price, given that we saw the level three levels of rise, and then price came here, we thought this was going to continue to drop, will give us a reset, but then it came up here again and it failed to continue to the high side. So which means instead we got a reversal over here at this point over here. So we can see that price is dropping from this point to down here. So the perfect thing I would like to see would be price to give us some sort of rejection, high side, and then whatever. It can be up here, it can be up here, whatever. meeting. I would essentially like it to meet with the EMAs. That would be perfect, actually. That would be a perfect confirmation for us to actually execute this trade. So let us save this. This is NZD cat. So NZD cats, we're gonna leave it in front here so that now it's 100. Let us check now it's 100. We got level 1, level 2, level 3 up here. Came down, we got 1. One could argue and say this is 2, but it's not that clear, so I'm gonna pass on Nasdaq. Gonna leave here though. It's kind of gave us a nice rejection here. US 30 as well. I'm gonna pass. Crude oil. I'm gonna pass and actually move it for now. I don't like a lot of pairs on my charts. I just want future pairs that I know that okay, fine. These are the certain pairs that I'm going to be looking at for the week. AUD and ZD. I'm not liking USD CHF as well. Yeah, it's kind of looking all right. Let me just see if we already made some sort of analysis for this one. No. So what I'm seeing on USD CHF is that obviously this is our peak formation low, but this is the lowest point, right? So this is where we can start from, and from there we can see. Okay, so I've just marked our peak formation low. Now we go up. I could argue and say that this is level 1. This whole thing right here, perhaps until here or here. This whole thing right here could be level 1. Let me check. Or even this one here. Yeah, let me just mark it like this. Okay. Why is this acting up like this? Okay. We've got level 1. Check this box. And we could mark this as well as level 2. Because we got 1 day of rise, 2 days of rise. Price was just consolidating. And then we had our 3rd day of rise somewhere in this point over here, giving us our peak formation high and essentially our first level of drop. So what's something that we could be expecting here? Usually, when it comes to level like this one, I like to keep myself open-minded, given that if we have just came from level 3 and price dropped, there's a chance that price will continue to the downside, or price would consolidate, make a reset, and continue to the high side. So this is why I like to keep myself open-minded if price just came from level 3 into the first level, because this is where most of the potential resets also could happen from my own experience. Okay. Price just came down here, came up here. This was a good rejection. So we're gonna keep this pair nearby. I want to save this. Okay. So we've got EURJPY as well. Let me see if we had analyzed EURJPY. Not quite. Not quite, yeah. USD CAD. It's not looking clean. I don't like pairs that don't really look that clean to me. GBPJPY. Let's see. What's going on GBPJPY? Yeah, on GBPJPY, if you really take a look at it, though it looks a bit choppy, we could say that, okay, this is our peak formation high over here. And then if you look closer, we had consolidation over here, giving us our level one. I'm also liking GBPJPY, so I'm going to put it somewhere around here, giving us our level one. And then if we go down here, we can identify that we had our level two over here, given that price dropped, broke this low, consolidated, gave us our level one, dropped, broke, consolidated, gave us our level two and our level three. So given that price has given us our level three somewhere around this point over here, and now we saw that price rose one level, there are two things that we should be expecting here that I mentioned before. And if you guys heard me say after level three, sometimes they like to make a reset, because this could be our level one, or it could also be a reset. And at this point in time, it's looking more like a reset to me. I'm not saying that's what's exactly what's going to happen, but it's looking a bit more like a reset because GBP, JPY, let me save it. So the reason being is that price dropped three times. And obviously each Monday it came and made the first high, and today is Tuesday and made the second high. So I will be interested in selling right now as soon as this candle closes. Yeah, I'm interested in selling GBPJPY because of the confirmation. We have the high as well. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be selling GBPJPY, but of course we're gonna be putting a tight stop as well, because there's still a possibility that price might choose to go the other way. So let us add GBPJPY. So for all of those of you who don't know, I usually analyze and execute my trades on the phone, given that I might need to move around and know that. So I'd like to sell GBPJPY. So if we were to sell, if we had to sell GBPJPY here, I sold here, right? At this point here, our stop loss would be somewhere here, which is above the high, right? And our take profit would be somewhere down here between the Asian low, or even further down, depending on how this pair moves. Depending on how this pair moves. So yeah, let me delete this real quick and clear it up for you guys. Trend line, color, and just make it blue. Yeah, so this is our entry, our stop loss, and our TP1, our TP1, TP2 perhaps, I don't know. Let's just check. Because this is something that I would be expecting price to drop from this point to down here on GBPJPY. This is just my point of view, guys. I'm not saying that's essentially exactly what's gonna happen, but what you have to do is take this as a sort of like extra confirmation. And obviously our stop loss would be around, let's see, GBPJPY. And we got NZD CAD. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is the sell trade on GBPJPY. So okay, guys, I'll be updating you guys on this sell trade on GBPJPY that we have taken just now. Our stop loss here, our TP here. So would be essentially 1:2 on this one, or 1:3 perhaps. Yeah, so I'll be updating you guys on this trade of GBPJPY as we are about to enter, as we have already entered it, sorry. And yeah, let's go. It closed below and we're already inside the trade somewhere out here. So we should be running in profit right now. We want to see price drop somewhere to the Asian low, since we have already entered, so we should be in profit currently. Yes. Blues. Come on. Nice. Nice. If you execute your trades at the right pointed price, because right now we just opened the London open. Yeah. Price could still reverse. This is why it's always important to use proper risk management. And yeah. So yeah, I'll be updating you guys on this specific trade, on how it goes and everything. What's up, team? It's the next day, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys the update of our trade that we took yesterday, so that you guys can see how it's currently performing. And obviously, as you can see, yesterday, we took this trade over here at this point in here, and then we say that we'll put our stop loss above the high. So something that is always important to take notice is that as long as price doesn't take out your previous high, you're still safe and the trade is still valid. Obviously, we ended up hitting the high a couple times over here, a couple times in the London session and a couple times in the New York session, and then price dropped. So the whole yesterday, the reason why I didn't close this trade is because when price dropped and New York session, the trade was in profit all along until today in the morning. The trade, when I woke up around 8 a.m., I saw that the trade was somewhere down here, which was in profit already. So we ended up closing this trade and exiting somewhere around this point here as it was reversing. And right now we can see, let me go to the H1. Okay, I hate when it does this. Okay, as the trade started reversing, we ended up exiting the trade. So we can now see that our GBPJPY trade was actually successful, as most of them. We can see now what's something that we should be expecting. So at this point, obviously, we get 3 levels of drop. We could count this as a reset to the downside, this one over here, which is why yesterday I ended up taking a sell, because I did mention that they usually make the resets. Since this is going to be one video, you definitely see everything. Just as I said, this could be a potential reset, and it ended up being a reset. And this is where most traders, they lose their account when they see resets like this. They're like, okay, why did it keep on going up? It's not gonna go up and down, three level every single time. Because if it was like that, everyone else would have figured out by now, and everyone else would have been making millions out of this business. It's not that easy. So you can acquire the skill with time, and you can definitely be able to also identify these resets and identify which kind of levels you are trading in, right? So this is it for GBPJPY. Now I'm expecting the list price to give us some sort of rejection, continue to the downside, or consolidate at least, given that we have already had our peak formation high for the week, which I believe this is going to be the peak formation high for the week, and then we're going to continue to the downside throughout the week. So this is it. Yesterday we wanted this to give us a stop and high and drop, but as you can see, now that we are looking at NZD CAD, there's a high potential that this is the stop and high that we're expecting, and price is going to continue to drop from this point here onwards, like to the downside. So what I'm going to do is, obviously I'm going to be executing a sell trade right now on NZD CAD. And for all of those who wants to see the result on this NZD CAD trade, you're going to be seeing on the next video that I'm going to be uploading on this channel as well. NZD CAD. Okay, so we're going to be taking a sell on NZD CAD. And obviously our stop loss has to be somewhere up here, which is very close. This is why I'm liking this trade, because we have a confirmation of the EMA. We have the small M pattern over here, high, low. So we are ready to drop to the downside. So this would be a beautiful trade to take with our stop loss somewhere around this high level over here. But let me just put our entry first. Then our stop loss has to be above, of course. And then obviously our TP. Obviously, first TP is here, but we are keeping our TPs open. We're keeping our TPs opened because we do want this pair to keep on dropping to the downside, right? Because we can say that this is level. Let me do this. Uh, we'll make this black. And obviously, it's always essential for you to save so that you won't have to reanalyze your pairs over and over again. Right. So, yep, this is our main trade right now. You can see how quickly I identify this. It's because I'm now used to the way I've traded and I now trust in my trading plan. Obviously, even if price decides to go against me and take me out, it's fine because this loss from here until here, I don't know, about like 16, 17 pips from here to here, it's something that I can afford to take given that I'm using proper risk management. So guys, I'll be updating you guys on this specific trade on NZD CAD on the next video, given that I'm going to upload this one, and then the next one I'm going to be doing a continuation whereby I'm going to be updating you guys on this specific trade right here. So catch you